You watch Peaky Blinders, right?
Oh, yeah.
So one of the interesting things about Peaky Blinders is like you got the different characters in there, and you got Tommy, and Tommy's, pretty much making good calls. He's like getting an A, right, for his making calls. But bro, he's got like his brother's on heroin, his other brother's just like shooting people or getting in fights, and his like those other members of the family are doing things that are wrong and they're mistakes. Now, we could argue whether their intent is good or bad, but for the most part, they're just making mistakes. They're just making bad moves, bad calls, emotional calls. And Tommy's just kind of having to be like, all right, he's filled with forgiveness. Like he truly, he's forgiving his brothers on a daily basis for their shortfalls.
It feels like there's a level of all the things you're saying, right? Peaky Blinders included. There's like a level of understanding, I guess, where
totally. It's like, yeah, that's what's his name? I can't remember the character's name right now. But
Arthur.
Yeah, that's Arthur. You know what I mean? Like, okay, got to go bail him out of jail again. And listen, at a certain point, let's not go down the road of enablement. Mm-hmm. But man, Arthur's kind of who Arthur is. He is who he is. And at a certain point, you're like, that's who he is. And what we have to do is set up an apparatus. That is enablement, right? And he tries to pull him out of it. And if you have someone that's got some self-destructive behavior like that, obviously you got to draw the line. But, and part of forgiveness there, I think, is letting go. So if you want to go, Carrie, you want to go down a self-destructive path, I'm going to do what I can to help you. Oh, you start drinking, you start doing meth, you start doing drugs, you start whatever the vice grabs a hold of you. I'm going to do everything I can. Like, Carrie, bro, what are you doing? Like, let's stop this. Let's get you in rehab. I'm going to do all those things. And at a certain point, my forgiveness of you is going to be not just to kind of let it go. Hey, man, I did what I can do. You can't save everybody, by the way. And when the demon of vice, whether it's alcohol, whether it's gambling, whether it's drugs, whether it's whatever vice someone grabs a hold of, that's a demon, man. In their heads, it's a demon, and it can't be overcome sometimes. So being able to say, yeah, the demon won. Like if you got in a grappling match with Gordon Ryan and you lost, I wouldn't be mad at you. I would think, hey man, I wish you would have trained more, but you lost to Gordon Ryan. If you lost the battle to alcohol, I'd be disappointed. I'd be bummed out, but I would have to at some point go, that's the way, he lost that battle. And I don't even know if this is right or wrong. At a certain point, that demon is stronger than you are. And I can't get in the ring with you. Right? Just like I can't, if you're grappling against Gordon Ryan, I can't get in the ring with you. I can't get on the mat with you. If you're grappling with alcoholism, or you're grappling with drug addiction, or you're grappling with gambling, or whatever that vice is, I can stand on the side and coach you. I literally can. I can stand on the side and coach you, just like I can coach you against Gordon Ryan. But you got to do the work and you got to make it happen. And if you lose either one of those matches, I at a certain part of my mentality, my brain, and my heart, I have to go, he got beat by the demon, and I forgive him. I mean, I'm not going to give him money. I can't afford to invest anything else with him, but I don't hold it against him. I hope everything works out. And it's the same thing. We're talking about vices, but it's the same thing with, when someone's got a big ego. It's like, yeah, you lost that battle, man. It's a bummer. It's sad to see. I actually don't even hold it against you. Like if you get out of control with your ego and arrogance and you mess up your life, which happens more often than people think, even then, I'm like, yeah, he lost that battle. He lost that battle against that demon. I hope he can reverse it, get a sweep, maybe get on top, maybe score some points. But I'm not even mad at that. So, which is a very critical jump in thought process, because if you think about if you got your personality, right? And let's say you have a little bit of arrogance. And so you do some things, and you do some dumb things, you whatever little move you make, and you take care of yourself, and you don't think anyone can see, like, you're doing these little things. I get it, man. You're up against a tough demon, man. That the ego is a tough demon, and it's strong. And I hope over time we can get you to change. I hope you can see that, you don't need to be that way. And maybe you even ruin our relationship. Maybe you do things and you screw me over, and I'm like, okay, I guess, Carrie can't really be around anymore. But even then, I'll be like, if a year later you come back and you're like, hey, dude, I was really messed up. I shouldn't have done that. And I'd be like, cool. Sounds like you got a sweep on the demon, and now you're on top, and we can be good again. So I think that forgiveness is just such a key component of going through life. If you can't have forgiveness for yourself, if you can't have forgiveness for others, you can have that curse from this quote right here, that curse that you're trying to put on other people. It's going to come back and get you. Check. Next one. A clean glove often hides a dirty hand. Pretty straightforward. A deceitful peace is worse than an open war. Okay, it's definitely a good one to pay attention to. That's right up there with hold your friends close and your enemies closer, right? So having a relationship that's based on lies, that's based on deceit, but we're still putting up a front that everything's cool, that, according to this proverb, is worse than just like, let's fight. That's one thing that was nice about being in a platoon, was, generally speaking, it's too close contact that you can have this sort of deceitful peace. It's gonna come out. Like, there's too many friction points for a friction point that's getting heated up to not set a fire. What's it like in the Marine Corps? Same thing?
Yeah, very similar. We used PT as an outlet for this all the time. We worked out 0-5 PT, every day. And we framed it as training, right? McMAP. So Marine Corps Martial Arts Program, we do a little...
we framed it as training.
Yeah, so we go back behind the shop. We sit, do a little bullpen circle, put the two people beefing in the center and back to back, and you say go, and you got to start from back to back, and you make it happen from there.
Let's get it.
And we exercise those demons, bro.
Yeah.
Get it out of the system.
Yeah. And that's better than having, deceitful peace.
Oh, yeah.
Now, does this mean you go open war on everybody? No, that's not what we're saying. And by the way, you so many of these little moments of like, always tell people the truth. I know there's been people say, you never lie about anything. Jordan Peterson was like hard on this. And people would ask me about this kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, but start with yourself. Start with yourself. If you're going to tell the truth if I want to tell you the truth about something, I need to start by telling myself the truth. So if you're doing something that I don't like, the truth is there's something wrong with me. The truth is I'm letting something bother me. The truth is I haven't given you the guidance. The truth is I haven't explained things to you properly. So start with yourself. If you want to start an open war, start that open war with yourself. That's where it begins.